Hello, I'm Elisa and thank you for joining me. This short yoga class is designed to give you a full body stretch and to help you to awaken and prepare for the day ahead. When you practice yoga in the morning, it will help you to centre your mind and connect your body. And when yoga becomes part of your daily routine, you quickly begin to notice how it can transform your life and your body. This practice is for all levels. Before we begin, aside from your yoga mat and comfortable clothes, some props. If you have yoga blocks, use those. Otherwise, find a firm cushion, pillow, or some large chunky books. Take care of your own body and don't push yourself. Enjoy what your body can do and work patiently and compassionately with what it finds challenging. So we're going to start the practice lying down in Supta Baddha Konasana, supine butterfly. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together in prayer and draw them as close as you can to your groins until you feel comfortable. If you feel that your hips are tight and bracing against the pose, place firm cushions, yoga blocks or large books under your thighs to support your legs. You might like to remove them as your body becomes more open and relaxed. Now that you're comfortable, place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. Notice how your body responds to being touched by your hands, and allow these feelings to be felt as you gently close your eyes and settle the weight of your body. Observe your breath as it moves in and out through your nasal passages. Feel the breath in the palms of your hands, in the chamber of your heart, at the pit of your belly. As your inhalation invites you to enter your body, sense your body beginning to become more spacious, and make a tour of your internal landscape with your mind's eye. Cultivate a sense of intimacy with your body. Let your exhalation take you deeper and deeper and deeper within. Find yourself beginning to enjoy this deep sense of being supported, of being held as you rest your body on the ground. Don't try and change anything, just focus on your breath and continue to feel the heaviness of your body. Give yourself permission to completely let go. Bring your hands high above your chest, and as you inhale, open the arms out wide. As you exhale, gather your hands to prayer in front of your chest, opening and closing your arms to the rhythm of your breath. Now interlock your fingers and draw your knees above your heels, raising your knuckles to the heavens and then lifting them up and overhead. Extend your feet, flex towards the front wall, and now cross your right ankle over your left. Taking hold of your left wrist with your right hand and stretching out the left side of your body, before exchanging wrists and ankles and stretching out the opposite side. As you uncross your ankles and release your wrist, take a full stretch through the side body. With your arms framing both ears, alternately slide your buttocks and your arms and legs forwards and back. Now extend the arms down by your sides and gather up your right shin in your palm. Begin to loosen your ankle by circling your foot slowly, mindfully, with awareness, left leg extended and left foot flexed. Moulding your hand to your right knee, begin to circle the thigh bone around the hip. Circle a few times one way, circling back the opposite one. As you place your right outer ankle on top of the thigh just above the knee, again take hold of your right wrist with your left palm. This time, as you breathe into the right side of your body, try coaxing the right knee away from the hip, stretching out the hip flexor from the thigh. From here, cactus tree the arms, bending your elbows so your arms are 90 degrees, and keeping your legs as they are, right ankle on the left thigh, As you inhale, raise both legs towards the sky. And as you exhale, slowly, engaging your deep core, lower the legs back down to the floor. Repeat this a number of times, working at your own pace. Trying to keep the right hip open, the shoulders grounded, and no tension in your face. Now scoop your arms in between both of your legs and gather up your right calf. Holding your right foot flexed, see if you can attempt, as you next exhale, to lift your head and draw your brow towards your shin, attempting to bring your hands to your crown. Don't force the shape and keep your left leg grounded. From here, moving into your single leg supine twist. With the help of your left hand, guide your right knee over to the left side. And as a counterweight, extend your right arm. Ground heavily your shoulder and turn your face towards the root of your thumb. Take long, steady breaths into the twist. As you roll over onto your back body, embrace both legs in your arms. Squeeze your thighs towards your belly and chest. Now extend your right leg forwards and flex your foot, keeping hold of your left shin, circling your foot to loosen your left ankle. Circle a few times one way and then repeat the activity as you circle your foot back the other. Now bringing your left hand onto your left kneecap, begin to circumnavigate the hip socket with your thigh, oiling the hip as you rotate the thigh in both directions equally. From here, place the outer left ankle on top of your right thigh, just above your kneecap. And as you gather up the left wrist in your right palm, gently drawing a stretch into the left side of your body, coax your left knee away from the hip. As you place your arms once again to frame your face, begin to practice those double leg raises with your left ankle on the thigh. Again, move at your own pace, inhaling to raise the legs and exhaling to descend them. Practice this mindfully, keeping your awareness in the deep core of your belly and grounding your lower back towards the earth. Now as you raise the legs, insert both arms once again between both of your thighs and gather up into the crook of your elbows, forearms or palms, your left calf this time. Slowly descend your right leg, drawing the shin of your left leg towards your chest. Ultimately, on the exhale, rise up and attempt once again to draw your brow to your shin and cradle your crown in your palms, or at least your approximation of that. Coming out of your hip opener, come into your second single leg supine twist, turning your attention to the root of your left thumb and breathing with awareness into the twist. As you come out of the twist, return once again to winding pose. With arms wrapped around your shins, hug your thighs into your belly. Gently massage your lower back. Slowly, to the rhythm of your breath, ascend on the exhale, forehead to knees, and hug the thighs into the chest. As you inhale, let your head and shoulders come back down to the ground. Now scoop up the backs of your thighs in your palms and begin to stimulate the spinal column and roll forwards and backwards, once again using your core to propel you from your sitting bones to your shoulders and your shoulders to your sit bones. Massaging your back muscles. Slowly then bring yourself up to balance, right on the top of your sitting bones if you can, and embrace your shins with both arms and bow your head to your heart. Now bring your heels closer towards your sit bones and wrap your left arm around both of your legs, hugging the thighs. With your right hand positioned behind you, pull up tall through the spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel your way more deeply into that twist. Repeat this on the second side, embracing both legs with your right arm and placing your left palm behind your back. Feel a rebound energy as you inhale, rising up the spine. And as you exhale, again, tighten that corset of flesh around your waistline and develop that twist all the way up through the vertebrae. Completing that second twist, once again wrap both arms around your shins and bow your head. Take a brief opportunity for self-reflection. As you scoop up the backs of your thighs with your palms, begin to move into your variation of boat pose, either keeping the knees bent, shins parallel to the floor, or straightening the legs and choosing whether or not to continue to support your legs with your palms. For more, extend your arms forward, spreading the fingers and fanning out the toes. Try to lift your breastbone and keep your spine long. Take your brain right into your deep core and breathe deep breaths down into your belly and right up into your chest. Try to keep your facial muscles soft and relaxed. Challenge yourself to lift up a little taller and stay a little longer, but don't push your luck. When you're ready, cross your legs and bring yourself over to kneeling. It's okay to back away from any pose without waiting for anyone to cue you. Mindfully, placing your knees beneath your hips, but arrange your hands to straddle both sides of your mat. Once again, connect to your deep abdominal muscle as you exhale. And now guide your right shoulder across the width of your mat towards the opposite side, bringing it as close as feels comfortable to the ground. Move at a pace again that suits you, taking one shoulder to the opposite side of the mat and then the other. After a number of repetitions, and having worked evenly both sides, come back to kneeling on all fours. Here on your tabletop, set your wrists beneath your shoulders. Only now, turn the tips of your fingers towards the fronts of your thighs. Gently try to draw your weight forwards over the wrists and feel the stretch in the forearms, right the way down to the wrists. And then turn your fingers back to the front of the mat. And as you exhale, hollow your belly and arch your back and come into cat. On the inhale, tuck under your toes and travel through the vertebrae, bone by bone, into dogtail, opening your chest. Each time you transition from cat to dog and dogtail to cat, initiate the movement from the tip of your tailbone and work sequentially through each vertebrae of the spine, one bone at a time, to the rhythm of your breath. Begin to notice a freedom of movement that perhaps wasn't there before, and flow as if in meditation. Your mind happy to follow your breath for a change, an energy flowing from root to crown, crown to tail. Now find your balance. Extend your left arm forwards and your right leg back. Hold stillness right there at the navel centre. Imagine through your breath and those points of contact with the earth, drawing energy right to your core. As you bend your right knee, reach for your foot with your left hand. When you find it, flex it and begin to gently lift the heel and the crown of your head towards the heavens. Keep your gaze fixed higher than your eye line. And try to hold that stability at your pelvis. Imagine you have a corset of steel wrapped around your pelvis and your lower waist. Cultivate stillness, not just physically, but mentally. Placing your left hand back beneath your shoulder and your right foot extended to the back of your mat, come into a supported side plank. For the next few rounds of your breath, extend your arm overhead and then back down to your hip, just opening up the side body. Now find your balance, and for more challenge, as you lift the right foot and bend the right knee, grab your right foot with your right hand and begin to externally rotate your thigh, navel, heart and eyes towards the heavens. Coming out of the pose slowly, bring your right hand, right knee back to the mat and come back to child pose and take a break. Child pose, an opportunity to reconnect to your body, to your breath, and to become fully aware of what's present, what's there for you, right at this precise moment in time. Simply bearing witness. Now bring yourself back up to kneeling, and this time extend your right arm and your left leg. Find your centre of gravity and engaging your deep core, bend your left knee and reach for your foot with your right hand. Again, fully opening up the front body and lifting your heel and crown towards the sky. Really feel the stretch in the hip flexor and your left thigh. As you come into your second side plank, extending your left leg to the back of your mat, take a few of those sweeping semicircles with your fingertips across the sky. And now find your balance. And if you can take on more, bend that left knee and grab your foot with your left palm. Try to stretch out the hip flexor and the thigh and turn your navel, heart and eyes to the sky. Return to your side plank and then revisit child pose once again to take stock. From here, rise up to kneeling. Tuck under your toes and with your feet hip width apart, come into downward facing dog. In down facing dog, now begin to alternately deeply bend the knees and walk out your dog as you stretch out your hamstrings. Strong arms and a strongly activated core right there at the centre of your anatomy. Remember to build up strength and stamina slowly. Listen to your body and breath. As you walk your hands up towards your feet, try slipping your hands right underneath the soles of your feet, inching your fingertips to your heels and your toes to your wrists. With your knees as generously bent as you need them to, inhale and lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, hands still trapped under the feet, fold back in again. Repeat that a few more times, inhaling to lift and exhale to fold. Returning to your forward bend, hanging your arms like a rag doll. As you untrap them from your feet, begin to slowly stack the spine. Come all the way to stand and swim your hands behind your tail. Extending your forefingertips down towards the ground. With your hands in this mudra, as you inhale and look up to the heavens, upon the exhale, fall down towards the thighs, not forcing your will on your shoulders. But as you soften your elbows, try taking your arms overhead. There in your forward bend, begin to alternately bend the knees and palpate your mat with your feet. Now deepen the bend in your knees and extend to the back of your mat, the tip of your tail. Releasing your hands from behind you, now extend them forwards. Making fists with your hands, as you exhale, draw your elbows sharply back and rise, lifting your chest towards the wall ahead. As you inhale, deeply bend the knees, spring open your fingertips and frame your ears with your arms. Repeat that, exhale to rise, fists of steel. Inhale, spring open the fingertips and fold, bending your knees. Working the legs even more actively. As you fold, lift the toes, and as you rise, ground them. Now slowly come back down, deepening the bend in your knees, framing your ears with your arms and lifting and spreading the toes. For further challenge still, raise the arms a little higher and balance on the balls of your toes, tailbone reaching to the end of your mat. Take a few pulses there, really strengthening and building heat in your thighs. Be extremely mindful of your knees and work at your own pace. Quite challenging, well done. With control, come to sit, and bringing your feet to prayer, take yourself into a deep side stretch through the right side of your body. Drop in on gravity, before changing sides and stretching out the left. Now crossing your arms in front of your heart, mould both hands to your knees or thighs and bow your head towards the heart centre. On the in-breath, fan out your fingers and open your heart. And on the exhale, change the cross of your arms and bow down towards the earth. Inhaling to open the heart, exhale to fold in. Like an ancient tribe, worshipping the light of the sun. Finally, wrap your hands around the feet and begin to create that wave-like motion through the spine again, allowing your heart to move forwards and then your belly to draw back. Try to mobilize each vertebrae. Ride the ocean waves of your breath. Cresting the wave of the next breath, come to stillness. Finally, bring your hands, if possible, in front of you. If you struggle to settle your forehead onto your hands when they're stacked, try finding a couple of large books or a pile of books and just rest your head on that. You might also find yourself getting more comfortable if you sit with your pelvis tilted forward on a cushion or a block. Once you have found comfort in this pose, with awareness, simply breathe into the plane of your back, the basin of your pelvis, and the pockets of your hips. Be aware, present to whatever's there for you in this moment. Manually close your hips and bringing your legs side by side. And eventually cross your legs and sit quietly, hands resting on the knees or the thighs, your forefinger tip pressing against the tip of your thumb, Ingyan Mudra. Sitting quietly as you bring your practice to a close in your own tradition, in your own way. And ultimately, bowing your head once again to your heart, bringing your hands together in prayer, and prayerfully or privately, looking into your heart today, and lifting to a light power far greater than your own, whoever it is, or whatever situation you find to be there. Namaste.